Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 441. My name is Will, and I've got Jello in my walk. Joining me, as always, is Ben, who doesn't exactly punch a clock himself. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
And of course, Uncle Atticus is here going funny boom boom. Hi, Atticus.
Yes.
This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today, we're talking about Season 2, Episode 11, Masked Ball. We also have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every week. That's over at patreon.com/drskeleton. Question, lads, how many times are you going to the same person's wedding?
Depends on how close together they are. If it's every 25 years, every single one.
Whether we need to or not.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, let's hear some more context before,
Yeah. Yep. Ben, do you have an initial take? Because I can provide more details.
I'm trying to think of the hottest possible take, but I don't know. I've been to very few weddings in my life. I mean, I think I said a long time ago that my own wedding was probably like the second wedding I'd ever been to, if not the first.
Okay.
Are you bringing gifts to every single wedding? Like, are you bringing gifts to a second?
A second wedding? So my mom came to mind because my mom would be the kind of person that would
Her.
know that kind of stuff. I feel like she told me when I was a kid one time. She told me, whatever in her mind, her idea of social rules, whatever. If you get divorced within a short period, maybe not even a short period, if you get divorced, you gotta send the gifts back to all the wedding gifts. You gotta send them back to the people who sent them. So I don't know. That's related in my mind, I guess.
I can see that. How about this? So it's the pool of like whether you're attending or giving a gift in the first place is, I said that wrong, but like, it's the same person every time. Like if you were going to give a gift the first time, I assume you'd give a gift the second time if it's like after 20 years, like a totally different, phase of their life, whatever. And then at the other end of the spectrum is the Dougie situation, right? Mm-hmm. Where he seems to be getting married every single year. And I think if I lived in Twin Peaks, I'm not showing up. Well, I might show up to the wedding just for the food or whatever, like what the log lady is doing.
Yeah.
But I'm not bringing gifts.
Who was it that brought a gift?
Was it Harry? Or like Hawk and Harry had like gifts in the back or something? Like they had something ready to go.
Especially for like a old person getting married. Like what are you giving them? Like a toaster, like Tupperware?
Exactly, yeah.
What could he need to be adding to get his to start their new life together? What does he need?
Maybe in that what do you call that? May December? January, December?
Yeah.
Did they make that joke?
They called
before?
it a January, December in the show, yeah.
And a January, December wedding like that, maybe if you're is the girl the December? Is that how you put it? Is the young one the
December?
December?
It depends on who's younger.
No, I mean in this one. Is the young person the December?
I suppose that would make sense, but for some reason I thought like the earlier in the year person was the younger one.
Because I could see it going both ways. But
yeah.
Anyway, if you're there for the young person, maybe you're giving gifts and then you show up at this place like, oh yeah, all the old, whoever's there for the old guy, they're like, nah, we've been through this before. He's got enough gifts from us, Yeah.
I think so. This situation is obviously pretty extreme. I think that like if I'm going to any wedding of yours, I will probably go to every wedding of yours because you're probably if we're close enough that I'm going to your wedding, you're not the kind of person that is like
every year.
I don't know. Yeah, having it happen every year. Like I don't know. I get everybody gets a few. I think like oh it didn't work out. Like I'm not gonna hold that against them. Like no, nope. I already went to your wedding 5 years ago, and then like everything blew up for whatever reason. No, I don't know. Whatever you figure it out. But at a certain point, I do think that like you have to be somebody, or you might have to recognize that fewer people are probably going to be showing up to each subsequent wedding. I think that there's going to be like a pretty sharp drop off, and it's really going to get down. If you insist on like sending out a bunch of invites and expect a big thing every single time, and it's not just that like, oh, I'm going to throw a huge nice party and pay for everything and that everyone is just going to come off for a nice time. But it's like, oh no, I expect people to like travel and pay their way to get there and all that sort of thing. Like you can't really expect that people are going to keep doing this for you. I think you need to accept at a certain point that you just have to elope in private, which is what
What's the thing that I keep thinking about that's stuck in my mind is, okay, are both of the following tropes, or is one of them, or am I imagining both of these? Like, is it like young woman marries a bunch of really old guys and they all die and she's getting richer every time? Or is the trope old guy has a bunch of young wives who keep dying?
Dying is, I don't know if there's much.
I mean, maybe this is more of like a fictional trope, not so much maybe a real life thing, but yeah. Isn't there a dying?
Well,
isn't there like a,
so
she's a
there's
killer,
I just
sort of.
I just watched
Or
an
he.
episode of Monk, and I hadn't watched Monk in forever, and I was like, I'm just gonna see how Monk is, how that held up. And the episode was about a black widow, which is the trope of TV trope says a woman who seduces, marries, and then murders men for their money.
There you go. Okay.
Wow.
I feel like the reverse of that.
You are so prepared for that. That was perfect.
Is there an age
But
component?
I don't think so. I think it's just the wealth.
Okay.
But I think the reverse of that, which you're kind of talking about, I think is more like just shitty, like
the Leonardo DiCaprio.
yeah, the crappy like. I don't think it's an every year thing. I think it's like a divorcing and marrying someone younger.
Yeah.
You're
Trade him in for the latest model is somehow. I feel like I've heard that.
Because that's what I'm wondering about Dougie. Is he the old guy sort of reverse version of that, where he's every year he's in his 90s, but he's getting like a new young wife, and then
doesn't someone
killing
accuse,
her?
Doesn't his brother like say I object because she's trying to get your money though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that, guys.
Yeah. Dwayne joins the war on Dwayne joins the war on pedophiles on the side of pedophilia here.
Yeah.
Like he's there to like.
This should be about unadulterated. Money should not be a part of this bad relationship.
Yes, this ancient leering creep should not be marrying this child because the child is trying to take advantage of the ancient leering creep. We're going so long on this topic, but I do think it needs to be discussed. Intolerable Cruelty, the Coen Brothers movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones and George Clooney, has kind of this dynamic, but it's a beautiful woman who keeps divorcing husbands and gaining all of their wealth, and she just convinces like the old rich men that she is legitimately in love with them, and so they keep tearing up their prenups, and then she takes them for everything.
Yeah. Maybe Dougie's doing that in like a sci-fi way, but he's sucking their youth. That's what's keeping him alive.
Do we think we're going to get more Dougie?
Feel like if I was a writer of a show and I have a 100-year-old character, I might just take what I can get. Every episode might be the last.
Leave it wrapped up every episode.
Yeah.
And he lived happily ever after. Ooh, and he's back. And he lived happy ever after. All right. This episode is called Masked Ball. It aired December 15th, 1990. It was directed by Dwayne Dunham. It was written by Barry Pullman. Why is this episode called Masked Ball? Is this some kind of offensive German trans joke? Because it's not an official name, right? Like the title is like a German thing. It's not like Mark Frost and David Lynch were like, we're going to name the episodes here. Anyway, we're going to get into this. Also, my mental state must be extremely fragile generally because I like fully crashed out at the disc situation. Episode 18, 17. I thought I had it figured out last week. The case is so difficult to navigate, but I put in the wrong thing. It takes forever to load up. I was so pissed. Okay. This is Log Lady speaking here. Is life like a game of chess? Are our present moves important for future success? I think so. We paint our future with every present brush stroke. Painting, colors, shapes, textures, composition, repetition of shapes, contrast. Let nature guide us. Nature is the great teacher. Who was the principal? Sometimes jokes are welcome, like the one about the kid who said, I enjoyed school. It was just the principle of the thing. Sorry, Log Lady. This one's a miss for me.
What you on about?
Yeah. Sometimes these hit, sometimes they super don't. And this one missed me entirely. James rides his damn hog down the road.
In the long intro style.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
driving a long time because we got a lot of people in this episode who need credits.
Mm-hmm. I really wish that they just kept cutting back to him throughout the entire episode. Just like he's still riding. They hint that they might do that, but then they don't. The credit sequence ends. As Cooper and Harry discuss Major Briggs's disappearance with his wife, she mentions that he has gone missing in the past, usually due to his job. She also mentions that he would constantly talk about the woods surrounding the town, believing them to be of some importance. Cooper believes that the Major has been trying to contact some being in the woods, which she denies. Well, she neither confirms nor denies.
Yeah.
She
But
does.
She kind of
Perfect.
basically confirms it.
She's sitting next to me right now, but I really wanted to show Shelly this scene later because it's a perfect answer for if a police officer asks anything about your husband, even if you're like, that's not really incriminating. What's her name? Betty? They're like,
Yeah.
Betty, does your husband do XYZ?
Does he have a podcast?
Does he have a podcast? And she said, that's confidential.
That's confidential.
That's confidential.
She then offers to bring them the notes her husband has written beside their bedside to potentially help their search efforts.
Do you like that, Ben?
No.
Don't do that.
Kept it there.
Do you want his search history? Ixnay on history.
No.
Do we think the Major got bobbed? Is that the implication, or is that what we're? I think what's going on out there.
I really can't remember. Will, have you seen the rest of this season? Are we at that point now?
We are super close, if not at the point. I saw the
you
Evelyn
kind of-
stuff, so I think I've seen this episode. I kind of don't remember anything. It's maybe if I'll see it, I'll remember. Oh yeah, that happened. But I'm kind of done predicting stuff or knowing what happens.
Cool. I can trick you guys now. Somehow. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, interesting.
What do
ruse
you
to
guys?
develop.
What do you guys think? Did he get bobbed?
That hadn't occurred to me, but I'm watching it at a much lower frequency than you are, Will, because I'm like catching like, I didn't realize he was like missing at all. Was that at the end of the last episode? I thought it just like he was like hurt. Didn't
He disappeared.
Cooper just like?
You're the
I
Flash.
guess I'd forgotten
and
that he disappeared. I just thought there was like white in the end of the episode. I didn't. I guess I.
He like ran back to the campsite, and he was nowhere to be found.
Oh, okay. I just
kind of
forgot that part of it because I was like, I
Yeah.
didn't realize he was missing. I just was excited to hear where he was or like what he saw.
Yeah.
He probably was bobbed. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen. I guess we're not confirmed that like that sort of FPV fly through the woods and underbrush is Bob, but it's I feel like we see the Bob, we know Bob has escaped Leland's body, and then we get the like dangerous music and then like a filter and effects applied to the footage, and it's like slithering through the brush and stuff. I'm like, okay, I feel like that's supposed to be Bob here, and we get that. There's something sinister happening here with the Bob stuff, or with the Briggs thing. Although now that we've heard that he's been trying to contact some being in the woods and he's disappeared before, he was about to talk about the White Lodge. Maybe this is not him getting bobbed. Maybe this is him traveling to the White Lodge, or maybe he's going to some sort of spiritual plane here. That Bob
It sounds
is
like
a
you could
part of.
It also sounds like you could be tested in some way, and like he seems like he's doing it right from the way he talks about stuff. That maybe he could be like facing it with perfect courage or whatever they said was necessary to like go through the Black Lodge to get to the White Lodge.
Yeah, I think that if you were gonna put anybody up there, it would either be like you put Major Briggs in there if you're like choose your fighter who can withstand the Black Lodge. I think you pick like
Hawk
Briggs, who is like super like prepared for it. Oh, Hawk's a good answer too. Or like Lucy, who is just sort of like, it's kind of like the Frodo Baggins pick.
Yeah,
Who's just like pure of heart and doesn't know anything about this, but like because of her just innate innocence, she'll be able to pull it off or something.
and the stakes are lower, like with Frodo, where it's like if we corrupt Frodo, someone will just have to like.
If we get Shadow Lucy, not the biggest problem.
Yeah, versus Shadow Andy would do some destroy Twin Peaks.
I also think Andy might surprise.
Nadine would be a good pick for
shit.
that type of pure of heart, but also stacked strength skills.
But she's not pure of heart. She's two-timing on Ed.
Who's two-timing on her?
But
doesn't know that.
Lucy's doing that too.
Not
Did that sort
really.
of. Okay.
She's being very upfront about what she's got. She's
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Andy and Hawk enter the office after she leaves, discussing the present they found for Dougie Milford's wedding. I guess, yeah, found a present. It's like some leftover from last time. Their discussion is cut short by a call from Gordon Cole, offering Cooper his support through his impending investigation. Gordon mentions that one of the DEA's top agents, Dennis Bryson, has been assigned to the case, something that Cooper is relieved to hear. Always fun to hear from Gordon. Love a David Lynch appearance, even if it's just over the phone. With that, Cooper enters the meeting room where Roger and the two other agents are waiting to hear his testimony. Cooper confidently admits he has no defense, as he believes that he has committed no criminal wrongdoing. Roger says that he expected Cooper to stand up for himself in the face of the allegations made against him, even warning him that extradition to Canada is a possibility. Cooper remains firm, claiming to know how the game is played, and is now focusing his attention outside the proverbial board. Roger tells him that his suspension will still be enforced until the results of the DEA's investigation and what the Canadian government decides to do next.
He also says, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, I feel like it's an important element to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
James Comey's watching this over and over again these days. He's trying to do the same thing.
My mind is off the board.
You guys
thinking about
gotta
Tibet.
focus on the board a little bit. It's worth
Taking a
considering.
glance.
Yeah. At the high school, Donna asks Nadine if she's heard anything about James since he left town, but doesn't get an answer. Nadine then asks if Donna is still seeing Mike Nelson, confessing that she has developed romantic feelings for the young man. When Donna reminds her that she's dating Ed, Nadine admits that he is beginning to feel too old for her. It's a one of the decisions that they make in this show, which I think is funny and interesting, is that we don't see what's going on at the high school, like, kind of ever in this show, like basically about high schoolers, right? And now we're only really seeing it in these last couple episodes for Nadine's experience, who is an adult, who thinks she's a high schooler. Also, Mike spotted. He's back.
Just got some.
The other
cute
Mike,
buns.
yeah. The other Mike is back.
Mm-hmm.
What quite a choice for Nadine to join the men of Twin Peaks in her desiring only for younger people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Something in the water, I suppose.
Also seems, I mean, I guess we've said it implicitly before, but like, yeah, how, especially when you hear that, you can't let an adult go to high school when they're saying stuff like that.
Yeah, like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's where, like, Donna, like, she heard that and needs to go to Ed and be like, okay, hey, I know, like, we give this a shot, but she's like, she's trying to, like,
I never
sleep
thought this
with
was a good
kid.
idea, but
Yeah. This is going way too far, and then we need to, like, really shut it down.
I thought we were just letting her go to school so she could pretend that she's in class, but now she's trying to date children.
now she's like
we need to
on
stop.
the wrestling team.
Yes.
She's competing on behalf of the school.
Didn't that happen one time? Like, isn't there some story about, like, maybe this happens all the time, and it's really not, like, that fun to imagine, like, the disturbed adults who pretend to be younger than they are so they can go to high school. But I feel like you hear about, like, somebody's mom who was like, "Ooh, I kind of look small. I'm gonna go to school for like 6 months," and then no one even notices it.
So that you can be cool.
Anyway.
So you can be the coolest kid.
Unsure.
Very
what
good. Very good, funny ruse, though, I have to say.
It
to
only
be like,
makes
well,
sense if you're there to sell drugs, and like that's even you're gonna get in a lot of trouble that way too.
Man, I would hate to. I mean, I had like a pretty good time in, like, high school, for example, but, like, I would hate to, like, suddenly have to, like, show back up to high school, be like, I don't know any of this shit, man. Like, I would do.
You'd
really
stand out so
bad.
quickly.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even just like you're like just that you don't look like a high schooler, but just in like, okay,
Like
submit your
test
homework.
scores.
or just like how do I do homework?
Right. They're like, hey, Will, you didn't say 6'7" today. What's going on? You're clearly not one of them.
And you're like, sorry.
Like, okay, definitely a millennial. He dabbed.
Yeah.
All right. After riding his bike far away from Twin Peaks, James pulls into a roadhouse next to a fancy-looking sports car. Very, very cool car, very cool music. What would you call this roadhouse music, guitar stuff, Atticus?
I don't remember the music. I'm sorry. Are you talking about what he puts on when he says like,
No,
"Let me
please
hit the box"?
yeah. Hold on that.
Okay, sorry.
Because no, that's which is also awesome. But
Yeah.
there's like mysterious. It's got a free form. Like I think it's just a guitarist riffing in kind of like a bluesy, mysterious way, but like lots of whammy bar. It's it's legitimately really great. I want to know what kind of music that is so I can listen to more of it. He enters and sees the car's driver, Evelyn Marsh, sitting alone at the bar. Just like this is a Lynch woman right here. Like this is kind of like the perfect example of what he's about here. But she grills James about what he's running away from before asking him to fix the car, which belongs to her husband. Well, not that car, different car, not the vet out front. He clarifies, and it's the Jag.
It's like a whole conversation point.
Yeah. I really actually like this conversation.
I have doubles to be safe.
What do we get the husband's name or just my husband? But anyway,
I think
I
it's
see it
just my
later
husband,
on
yeah.
at the bottom, but
All right,
Jeffrey.
nice. Some fun lines in here. When agreeing to leave to check out Evelyn's husband's Jaguar, James says, "Mind if I play the box first?" Evelyn replies in a sultry tone, I don't exactly punch a clock myself." And James swaggers over to the jukebox and puts on the fucking Monster Mash. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I think we'll like this next tune a little bit. They did the mash. They did the Monster Mash.
And then he's just like, his like head is like pressed against it too.
Yeah.
He's like letting the light hit his
Never
face.
mind. Yeah. Any other notes on this? I guess we'll check back in with James again. But like,
It's just fun. I mean, just
like
another, the adult people of Twin Peaks. James is like, okay, I live in the most fucked up town in the world. All the adults are into kids here. I'm just going to get on my bike and I'm just going to drive. I'm going to be like Ryan Gosling in the movie that will come out in 30 years. I'm just going to drive. And then he stops at a roadhouse. First person he meets is like, yeah, I have a husband at home, but I'm really interested more in high schoolers like you to come home.
First person is an adult trying to get with a high schooler.
Yeah.
I am just writing a note to myself to edit a clip of James riding his hog to "Real Human Being" song. I think that would be a good time. Andy greets Dick and a boy from the Happy Helping Hand program, Nikki, at the station. I know the timeline doesn't match up for this, but they keep calling him Little Nicky.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I am not a Sandler scholar myself, but I believe that's one of his. And if I had to guess,
he's got a little swoop like Sandler and Little Nicky.
Okay. If I had to guess, Little Nicky sounds a little something like, I'm Little Nicky. If I'm Little Nicky. Am I anywhere near? Am I close?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a long time since I saw that. But
He's doing like the Sandler voice.
I mean, yeah, it's Adam Sandler
right, cool.
as Adam Sandler. Yeah.
What Timothy Chalamet. He says it. All right.
Yep.
Dick says they stop by to take Lucy with them to grab a milkshake, but Andy tells him that she's busy helping set up the Great Northern Hotel for Dougie's wedding ceremony. Can you do? Lucy's just like, yeah, I'm gonna like just take off and during work and get set up for the wedding. Whatever. As Nikki becomes irritable, Andy volunteers to tag along with them.
They're not calling it a milkshake. Andy at the end at least calls it a malted.
A malt. A malt.
No, he doesn't say malt. He says malted. I'd like to take you out for a malted.
That's good.
That's all about Andy.
What?
Meanwhile, Cooper asks Harry and Hawk about the White Lodge. Harry confirms it is a local legend, while Hawk describes it as a place where the spirits that rule man and nature reside.
Wild this didn't come up over the last investigation. You know, you're aware.
This is the same thing about
legend.
Jean Renault. Could you guys did you guys want to mention this at all ever to me? There's this stuff that Cooper is so into this kind of stuff.
Right.
I would be interested in this. Come on, man. This never came up. This is exactly up my alley. Come on.
They also are just sitting around. There's no other things going on for the police department or the sheriff's department to be doing besides helping Cooper just process his investigation.
Yeah, presumably there's a lot of whittling and shooting the shit and this. Yeah, wouldn't it kind of come up as something that he'd be into? I'm gonna read through this lore drop because it's I think a big part of the show here. Harry confirms the White Lodge is a local legend, while Hawk describes it as a place where the spirits that rule man and nature reside. He also warns Cooper about its dark counterpart, the Black Lodge, claiming that all spirits must pass through it and meet their own shadow selves. He further elaborates that one's soul will be completely obliterated if faced with anything less than perfect courage. So all spirits must pass through it. You think that means everyone needs to go through it when they die, maybe, or does spirits refer to the Bob style thing, or bottoms up over there?
What if you just talk about drinking? Yeah. Don't know.
But very interesting. Some lore here. All right, and also editor's note, my note. I altered the following summary text here to be more accurate and hopefully more sensitive. The discussion is halted when Bryson's arrival is announced over the intercom. Cooper says that the two of them worked together in the past, putting full faith in their investigative skills. When the door opens, however, they are greeted by David Duchovny dressed in women's clothing, which takes Cooper a moment to recognize.
Are you
is
David Duchovny?
He knew as well. Yes, that is it. That's me.
Yes, I know.
Editing.
Whoa!
Hey, it's the X-Files guy.
Yep.
Which takes Cooper a moment to recognize is the agent he knew as Dennis. Correcting him with her preferred name, Denise, Cooper introduces her to the other two lawmen in the room. Denise explains the DEA's involvement with Cooper's case, which he believes is a setup. Denise assures him that she will thoroughly investigate and convene with him later at the Great Northern. Denise Bryson enters full of confidence. Cooper receives her with grace and respect. Harry and Hawk make some snide remarks.
Yes. They can't contain themselves for some reason.
Mm-hmm. But, we'll get more into Denise in this episode. Did you want to say anything about her entrance here?
No, but this is big character, a favorite, I would say. I'm going to estimate a fan favorite because I assume everyone's just like me.
If my personal experience is anything to go by,
this happens to everyone.
What is the this episode's air date in relation to X-Files? Is X-Files around yet?
it aired a few years later. It started on September
Okay.
10th, 1993.
Gotcha.
X-Files in the air with Vince Gilligan's new show starting to air. Kind of fun.
Wait, what's the show?
Pluribus, you watching it?
No, don't know about that.
You might want to check it out. I know
I'll look into
Atticus
it.
has been watching.
Very good.
You'll look into it. I'm sure you will. Nadine effortlessly lifts a 600-pound weight in the high school gym, which confuses Mike when she continues to ogle him. Upon seeing her strength, the coach asks Nadine if she would be interested in trying out for the school's wrestling team, further shocking Mike.
What? I don't
Any
know if
thoughts
it's
about this scene?
a girl can. The girl who's actually a grown woman pretending to be a kid can't do wrestling. That's crazy.
I mean, they can't.
Is the wrestling coach Twin Peaks' only black resident?
Maybe.
Possibly. Yeah. I'm trying to do
Possibly.
it. Really deep think. Possibly.
I mean, Roger's obviously not a.
Right. He's not local. But is Roger the first time there was a black character in the show? I think so.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that, David.
Josie wakes up in Harry's bed as he begins to caress her. Harry tells her that he has to know the truth behind her disappearance if they are to remain together. She explains that she was a prostitute in Hong Kong, working for a man named Thomas Eckhart after he pulled her from the streets. He taught her about life and business, but treated her as his property. She later met Andrew Packard, one of Eckhart's business partners, and agreed to marry him, fearing that her life was in danger staying with Eckhart. Harry presses her on Mr. Lee, the man she was with just before she left. She confesses that he also worked for Eckhart and had threatened to kill Harry if she didn't return to Hong Kong with him. Once they got to Seattle, she managed to escape Eckhart's thug and make her way back to Twin Peaks. She voices her suspicions that Eckhart was responsible for Andrew's death. Harry assures her that he will always protect her, while Josie believes that Eckhart will use his power and influence to kill both of them. So big background on what's going on with Josie, basically getting the story of like why.
How interested in Josie? Like how interested are you in this like plot?
There's a number of things that are kind of like I'll pay attention to it when it pops up, you know. I think that I'm more like inherently that's not the right way of saying it, but I'm more naturally predisposed to just be like interested in what's happening with like White Lodge, for example, and Bob and all of that. But like, if there's fun stuff to be had here, that's fine. I'd like to see Josie become a more interesting character. Like, can we do something?
I feel like her
more
shit
with
gets
this?
so convoluted that I get a little bit like,
Yeah.
oh boy, let me know when you're ready to tell me what's going.
Yeah, this is the kind of the soap opera-ness of it, and I think it's a little like playing catch up or like we're gonna
Show don't tell situation.
Yeah.
She seems like the most. I mean, I like Joan Chen, but I think for me, what makes her at times the most interesting of the characters who aren't at the forefront of the show, and at times a frustrating, like the opposite of that, one of the least interesting ones, is that she's so mysterious. Like, She goes away. She goes away to Seattle. She's got this husband who's died. She's in with the sheriff, who is a major character of the show. But yeah, there's so little that's been revealed about her that it often feels like, to me, when I'm really excited about her character, it always feels like there's just something really big right around the corner.
Yeah.
She's just this, deeply mysterious, person who, like, maybe she's going to be the key to the entire show.
Just kind of waiting for it to take off here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry is not wearing a onesie in this scene. He's got shirt tucked into pants.
Proof. We see proof.
She brought him back some stuff, some clothes from Seattle.
While Norma serves Roger at the diner, Hank and Ernie return from their trip. She suspects that the men lied about their hunting trip as she listens to Ernie's tall tale about shooting a buck. Ernie tries to excuse himself to check on Vivian, but Norma tells him that she went back to Seattle and that's what he should do too.
I think he's lying to me. I think he might be lying to me right now. After
I feel
comments like, "Did you catch anything?" I sure hope not.
Oh, hunting?
You mean hunting?
Oh.
Yes, I shot a deer.
I feel like the summary here makes it sound like Norma doesn't totally see through it, but I feel like my read is that she's just like totally seeing through it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she does. But also maybe doesn't care enough to see through it too.
She doesn't want anything to do with either of them.
Right. Yes. I think that's closest to it. Ernie might be the dumbest guy in the show. I know that there's a lot of contenders for that. But this is making, like, these last two episodes back to back are really making me think that this guy is, like, fully really stupid.
Dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Have we talked? I don't think I've said this before. I feel bad saying it after that comment, but is there any relation between the actor who plays Ernie and Richard Kind? Because
he looks like Richard Kind.
He looks like Richard Kind, yeah.
All right.
Kind of have to look at his face to even remember he's not him.
Did either of
Played by
you listen to his
James
episode
Booth.
on? Did either of you listen to Richard Kind on the Adam Freeland show?
No.
Gotcha. Came across like a giant asshole in my opinion.
Really?
Oh. No, okay.
I thought he was really funny on the Mulaney show this year. I'm not seeing anything. When I search his Wikipedia page for Kind, it's not showing. There's
Okay.
not showing that he's related. Norma also serves the trio of Andy, Dick, and Little Nicky their malted milkshakes. Little Nicky amuses himself by pulling pranks on the two adults, throwing whipped cream at Dick and spinning Andy's seat to make him fly onto the floor. This is where.
By the way, okay,
Dick's
one
is.
malted milkshake thing. Correction. They're not the same. There's a milkshake and there's a malt, but they're not the same thing. I can't tell you what the difference is. Sorry. I can't tell you what the difference is. But this is something I learned. I guess maybe you guys probably know it, but like my grandfather owned
we talked about this last week.
Oh, we did? Okay, yeah.
It'd be amazing if that was mentioned every episode from now on.
I just shot a potential awesome bit in its first few steps.
He made a big deal every time. Would you like a milkshake or a malt for dinner? Because he took the stuff home when he retired or whatever. So he's even having it
for dinner.
I don't know what the difference is. I get the
Please
malt.
don't tell me you're having it for dinner.
I get them. I like the malt better. I don't know what the difference is, but apparently there's a difference.
I had malt soda for the first time this week. Like we went to a like an international foods grocery store and picked up some little treats here, and there was I thought because I've had bread soda before, like Russian bread soda, and I thought that's what it was going to be kind of like, but this was it was Indian, and it tasted like molasses. It was quite sweet. But
It's
it was
called
still soda.
malted soda. Okay.
I think it was just malt soda.
Malt soda. Like malt liquor.
Right. But it's
Which I don't know.
non-alcoholic.
Have you had malt liquor? What's the difference between that and other things?
I probably have. But like
in my
it's one of
mind,
those
I
things where,
just
like,
imagine like the big, you call it like a 45 that you can get at like
a 40.
convenience store.
It's got to be in a brown
40?
bottle.
A brown bottle. Yeah, that's all I, in my mind, just imagine that. But I've never had one.
Just doing a tiny bit of Googling, I've come across the subreddit r soda. It's hilarious.
Oh no. It's beer with malt liquor is a mass market beer with high alcohol content, typically above 5%.
Okay.
Popular brands include Colt 45, St. Ives, Mickey's, Steel Reserve, King Cobra, Old English 800, Country Club, Magnum, Schlitz Bowl, Private Stock, Earthquake, Camo, Hurricane, Natty Daddy, and Icehouse Edge. I don't have any of them. None of those. All of that's new to me.
Never, yeah. I've heard of Colt 45. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of them are Steel Reserve sounds familiar, and Old English, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I haven't had malt liquor. Probably won't. Don't seem that.
We should
Seem like the time to be getting into malt liquor.
Yeah, we should be listing down all these things. All the food that we talk about on this show. We should be listing it down so that someday in the future we can have on our podcast, which is a great medium for this, we can have a food episode where we eat all of them. We can have a banquet, a Twin Peaks banquet of malts, malt liquor, which I guess isn't in the show, but we talked about it, so now it's part of the canon.
Mm-hmm.
That kind
Cream
of stuff. Forgot about that part. That's true.
Ooh. Coke and peanuts. Anyone do this or try this? Never heard of it before. I have heard of that.
I've not heard of that.
That seems crazy to me, though.
Thanks.
That's it. Ben, did your grandfather fix you Coke and peanuts?
No. Wait,
Okay.
what's the deal? What is that? You put the peanuts in the Coke? Oh yeah. I think that sounds familiar, but I've not done that.
I mean, I would absolutely try it.
Are they salted peanuts or are they just
Looks like
regular? I feel
I
like
hope
they'd
so.
have to be. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're getting like unshelled, or if you're getting pre-shelled unsalted peanuts, like, and you're not like using them for like baking or something or like garnish, what do you do? Like, quit
I
fucking
buy-
around, salt the peanuts.
I'll buy the plain shelled but walnuts from Costco and eat them sometimes. I'm like, oh, why am I eating this? This doesn't really taste like anything. Like I like every time I'm like, ooh, walnuts. I like those.
Walnuts.
But then you eat
Nice.
it on its own.
It's like, ooh, actually, I think I like salt is what I like. Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
I got this. I got a similar the Costco bag of walnuts in my fridge because I was like, I'll start like mixing these up and put them in my smoothies.
You put the walnuts in your fridge?
The thing said to do that. It'll keep them fresh longer. Read the package.
Maybe I don't like it because I'm eating stale walnuts. I put them in a mason jar that's been in a cabinet that sits in a cabinet for a long time.
Go read the label. And when we're done here, see if it doesn't say put that in the fridge.
Well, I don't have the label because I put it in the big mason jar.
Gotcha.
So I've fooled myself.
How are you guys on plastic, by the way? Can we do a quick plastic check in? Are we trying to de-plastic our lives? Are we thinking about that? It seems like something, Ben, you might be attuned to.
I did the plastic. I did the mason jar thing like during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, you got
I
a bunch
mostly
of mason jars. Yeah.
I don't dislike plastic for any noble noble reasons. I mean, I guess I do, but it's annoying to have the bags in like a pantry. I like everything being in, the jar. Everything's kind of same
Okay.
shape, and you can just pack it in. Not pack it in. You can have everything as its little spot.
Right.
It's kind of nice. Yeah.
That sounds nice. That sounds aspirational. Atticus, where are you on plastic?
Not engaged that much with it, other than just like if I've got an option, I'll do that. Try to drink. I don't buy water bottles. I just fill up my water bottle. But that's my main like plastic reduction attempt. What about you?
Okay, so for the environmental aspect, I
Yeah.
guess I'm
fully on the
any-
environmental
or
side because like
microplastics-
health wise, it's happened to me.
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think pretty much like I'm sure I'm plastic to death already. Like I'm sure I'm like my shit's filled with microplastic particles and all of that. I am still like I have a glass water bottle now because of that. I was like, oh, let me find a glass water bottle, even though I'm sure there's nothing I can do about this. I'm still, for the most part, like I'll try to use like the glass Tupperware instead of a plastic Tupperware for leftovers. But like everything's in plastic, and I'm not repackaging my stuff.
Are you making that decision? Like you're like, I should use the glass instead of the plastic Tupperware. Are you making that decision when you're scooping soup into it, or at the store choosing what to buy?
No, when I'm scooping
I was
soup,
curious
because
too.
Okay.
I have like, yeah, that probably is really bad for you to have like like the ancient plastic Tupperwares that are probably disintegrating each time you use them. But like I'm still like
That have like red
Using
residue if you've ever like had pasta in the
put
house.
spaghetti in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if you already have maybe this is Atticus's point. If you already have the plastic and you're not really thinking about it from a health perspective, then there's probably no reason to not use it, right? Like if the option is just it sits in your cabinet versus it doesn't sit in your cabinet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
but I
yeah.
think, yeah, the health aspect is just
That's true.
I guess I'm a little. I'm a little worried about it. I am worried about it. I don't think there's really anything I can do about it. There was like that big like the black plastic like utensil scare at the end of last year, that ended up getting really blown out of proportion. That wasn't actually
Didn't know about that.
as bad. Well, you're not tuned into the plastic news like I am.
No,
I guess.
yeah.
You're not making America healthy again, Ben.
I
Like
use
Willis.
when you get like what is a quart? 2 quarts? Where you get the plastic things that they give you, takeout. Like I keep I don't go buy Tupperware, but if I end up with that from a restaurant or something like that, then keep those and reuse them a bunch, I guess. So I guess that's plastic.
Yeah.
But purely out of like an environmental angle, would you say?
Me doing that?
Yeah.
I guess reusing it, I guess that comes from an environmental angle. Sure. Yeah. Just like,
Tree
I don't need to go
hugger.
buy.
Check 'em
I don't
out.
need to go buy, yeah. I don't need to go buy any other
his
stuff
ass.
if you get that.
Uncle Andy went funny boom boom. That's what Dick says to Nikki. They're referring to each other as uncle here. Very, very hot off the Mom Donnie discourse here. They're saying I'm uncle. I'm unk. Andy is unk.
I like when little Nikki spins the seat. I did try this on myself one time after watching this episode as an adult.
Yeah.
One time when my roommates in New York were gone, and when I was rewatching Twin Peaks, I did go to the living room and spin the seat really fast and sit down to see what happens.
And you broke your neck. That was awful. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. It doesn't work like that. It's too bad.
No,
otherwise
it just stops.
Good ruse.
My
Just
ass would stop that chair.
Yeah, it just stops. Even though I was willing to be thrown across the room.
I mean, it's really like he reacts as if you ever get like one of those like old metal carousels or like merry-go-rounds at like a park that hasn't updated its equipment in a while. Get one of those going really, really fast. Get all that inertia going, spinning around, and then you try to jump on it, and you just fucking break every bone in your body. Or
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yes, but also I'm a little confused and concerned for you. I don't have any idea what technology they have in parks for children nowadays. So that was just regular equipment when I was a kid, I think. Which was the last time I was
see them
on a merry-go-round. Sounds like you've been going to merry-go-rounds as an adult recently.
I'm trying to spin around real fast. I'm like kicking all of the kids out. I'm shooting them. I want to spin.
Stay off this, kids. You're gonna get hurt. I'm trying something right now.
I'm doing an experiment. Leave me alone. James works on fixing Jeffrey Marsh's car as Evelyn laments that she hasn't seen him all week due to his constant business trips. She bitterly says that he wants to have the rarest and most expensive things in his life. James and Evelyn discuss where James wants to go in life. Evelyn offers James a spare room above the garage he can stay in while he works on the car, emphasizing how much she wants him to stay and keep her company.
Okay, up until the staying in the extra bedroom thing, I was trying to think to myself, what could Evelyn be doing that would make this okay? And I did think of something. I think it'd be completely cool, actually actively cool, if Evelyn was doing a little ruse, a little husband-wife ruse where your car breaks down and then the wife is like, okay, I'll just go find some local, gearhead and entice him to fix the car for me. And then I'll give him a little kiss, air kiss at the end, and free car fix.
Mm-hmm. I think that'd be an okay ruse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think James might be dumber than Ernie. Maybe here. Not that he's necessarily getting in like to trouble here, but like, how about giving any thought to like Donna? Maybe
you're in school too. Like you go to school.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I see a lot of homework in the back of that bike there, James.
Also, I mean, okay, you're allowed to be like, you're allowed to cope badly with traumatic things, but him like describing turning off his headlights and just speeding into the dark, like, how have you done that more than once without dying?
And of course, us True Detective Season 2 heads out here are going to note that this is yet another copy from Twin Peaks on True Detective here. Riding your hog at night and turn off the headlights. That's from True Detective. Sorry.
What's that actor's name that played that character? Paul
Giamatti.
Taylor Lautner, isn't it? No,
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah.
Is it? But
Not Taylor
James
Lautner.
does. It's not.
That's the guy from Twilight.
He's Taylor something though.
No, you're thinking of a different person.
Well,
sorry, I could make it more specific then. Yeah.
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch. All right, it's another Taylor. There we go. I was going to search.
Played Officer
True
Paul
Detective.
Woodrow.
Yes. Okay. True Detective Season 2 gay guy is going to be my search search string.
Is it illegal to be truant from school?
They have truancy officers. I assume they're there to arrest
Like, I think it's I think you have to go to school.
I think it's educational neglect. So it might not be like the fault. I don't think it's illegal for you to not go to school, but it might be considered neglect if you don't educate your children more than anything.
Well, because that's what I'm getting at. Of like, are you aiding and abetting truancy?
They show up to Ed's house and they're like, "Holy shit, there's a lot. Like, we need to investigate here."
Okay, Ed.
You're sending the wrong kid to school,
right?
bro.
He needs to go to school. She does not.
Sorry, Ben, I interrupted you.
No, I mean that's what I'm getting at. Are you aiding and abetting? What if but you're not the parent, and you're just an adult who's enticing a kid, a kid to not go to school?
I think you're getting in trouble.
Are you aiding and abetting truancy?
Truancy? I don't think that's what you're getting pinged for.
Well, I don't know if she's technically done anything else illegal. But also, that could be kind of like the Al Capone type thing of, got for tax evasion. He got you for aiding and abetting truancy of a child.
Like shutting down the movie theater for playing movies during the day. I will say, okay, I actually do kind of really like the James Evelyn storyline so far. For some reason, he does dole out some like really sick hog wisdom. Is like, it's not about what your hog looks like, it's about where your hog takes you.
You have no idea where you're going though.
I just like the feeling. Sometimes I turn off the lights. It's honestly sick. I don't really I don't think that like I think I kind of ship James and Evelyn. I know that cancel me. You're like, yes, dude, that's really bad. Cancel me then. But I think that his vibes with Evelyn are much better than, I think like he's better suited. He'll be out of Donna and Maddie's hair. I don't think that he was going to be too good for them, but I think being a dumb guy in a rich lady's garage might be like the right path for him.
This might be the only way for him to have like a place to stay in about 3 years.
Right. I'm pretty sure the Jaguar just needs wheel put back on. That's the problem. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with this car. It doesn't drive. Like, you need to put the wheel on it, lady.
You need a Ford's tire.
Yeah. A disheveled Ben watches an old film of the Great Northern Hotel's groundbreaking ceremony in his office. As the film ends, Hank enters the office and Ben demands to know where he's been. Ben rants about all the incidents that have happened to him over the past few days before going off on a tangent about rearranging the office furniture. Hank tries to change the subject, telling Ben that he has been ousted from the ownership of One-Eyed Jacks and no longer answers to him. Ben quickly figures out that Jean Renault is behind the takeover, warning Hank that he is working for a psychopath. You hear that? A psychopath. But Hank manhandles him to reaffirm what is happening. Ben restarts the projector while making shadow puppets on the screen, having fully gone off the deep end.
People don't project film in their homes much anymore.
No.
Too bad.
You know who I bet is still doing it though? Dr. Jacoby.
Slide night, everyone. Slide night, gang.
I really liked him like doing the shadow puppet stuff. Like, that was like the most unexpected thing for him to be doing, and I loved that that's what he was like.
Yeah. I gotta hand it to Richard Baymer again. He like clocks in to work to knock his scene out of the park. He hasn't been getting like a ton to do in ladies episodes, but he is dialed in on this. He rocks. He's getting this.
Where's Jerry right now?
Yeah,
he's Jerry by his brother's side.
Yeah, he. Although maybe he knows enough that like if he was in the mix, things would be like significantly worse just because of the energy. I don't know. But yeah, Ben doesn't have anybody. He's kind of losing it. He's scruffled. He's scruffy. He's growing his beard out a little bit. He's got like a school bus tie on and a Hugh Hefner robe going, and he's smoking his cigar. He's looking like Clint Eastwood. He's got like this squint going. He's kind of killing it.
Very cool.
Cooper finds a letter from Wyndham Earle containing an audio cassette and a note card reading P to Q4.
I think that was another micro cassette. What's it called?
Micro cassette. Nice.
Micro cassette.
Listening to the tape, Wyndham taunts Cooper over his opening move, deducing that Cooper is worried about his true intentions, before telling him that following patterns leaves him wide open to another attack. He concludes by saying that he will sacrifice everything to reach his ultimate goal. I think that the Wyndham Earle stuff is like another one of those. I see it's bubbling on the burner here a little bit. I haven't tasted.
When you're ready, I'm ready.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of like, okay, there's kind of a guy that Cooper's worried about. I'm not spending too much time fretting on this yet. Dougie and his new bride exchange vows at the wedding, only to be interrupted by Dwayne calling the bride a gold digger before he is escorted out by Harry. Yeah, so the mayor joins the war on pedophiles on the side of pedophilia. Get out of here. Denise calls Cooper in his room to arrange a meeting. Before leaving, he records a message for Diane to tell her about Bryson. Cooper and Denise meet at the bar during the wedding reception. She tells him that traces of cocaine residue were found in Cooper's car, which she assumes will match the cocaine the Mountie is missing. She also tells him that she will need more hard evidence to prove that Cooper is being framed. Cooper then asks about Denise's transition, which she is happy to explain. She says that she worked undercover a year prior and discovered that the suspect would only sell drugs to transgender people. In the show, they say transvestites. Denise and her partner work together as a couple, with Denise as the buyer and wearing drag. During this time, she says that she felt more relaxed wearing women's clothes and continued to do so after the case was closed. All right, let's talk about Denise. Anyone want to start? Any thoughts or feelings about how we feeling about
narcotics expert, undercover DEA style person? Interesting.
Okay, so you're canceling because of occupation. Okay.
Yes. Along with everyone else in that office. Yeah. Yeah.
How do we feel about, what do we think about the trans representation here?
I don't really have I don't have a good grasp on what else. I just imagine generally probably bad representation at that time. I don't know how it really compares. Same thing goes for the language too, you know? I don't know if you have answers for that, but yeah.
Atticus, what do you think?
Yeah, I would have to. I feel like Will does have the answers, and he's making sure we all have a chance to. No,
I don't have answers.
No, I feel like I'd have to like compare to see like other movies at the same time we're doing, but so like it sounds horrible to be like it seems good for the time potentially, but with some like let's take a second look at that script, everybody, and like make sure things don't feel mean. But I just don't know enough about what else things look like at the time.
Yeah, I mean, diving into something like this, it's made by a cis straight white man in 1990 is going to be a little scary. Obviously,
Yeah.
the language isn't going to be up to 2025 polite standards. But I don't sense any malice in Denise's portrayal or Cooper's reaction to her transition here. I think that it would have been better for there not to have been a like competent multi-dimensional trans character just to avoid some of that like 90s clumsiness. It seems like there are a lot of trans Twin Peaks fans who really appreciate the representation and like there was a trans character like this. David Duchovny is not trans, and so like there's the discussion about like that's not the perfect way to do it. But there's, I mean, I know about the fix your hearts or die line is like a major rallying cry for fans of Twin Peaks, and like it's not in this episode, but like you know about the fix your hearts or die sort of thing, and like that's kind of I think that's basically the philosophy here. Like this is being approached with love. The rude comments by like Harry and Hawk aren't. Wish that didn't happen, but like Cooper receiving her with, openly and earnestly, I think is like the main point here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think that the fact that that's context I didn't have that I like is good to hear, But yeah, I was primarily thinking of like Hawk's comment. I don't quite remember what Harry said, but and like kind of just like still like holding that tension of like I don't know what exactly Cooper is taking from this. You know what I mean? Like
it's tough to say, yeah.
And like so, but if it just becomes just like not a like if it just like moves on from here, I feel like they did a really good job for the time. But
the for the time stuff is definitely, is really bad out there for trans representation.
Yeah.
And it continues to be, and obviously, so I think this is head and shoulders above the rest of the stuff. Also, like the rest of the media landscape. Also, definitely, we don't have the definitive take on this, but I did try to do research and looking around, like what trans people say about the representation here. Yeah. All right. Cooper introduces. Oh, sorry. The comments that Hawk and Harry make. So Cooper says that, like, Denise asks, "Is the food good at the Great Northern?" And Cooper says, "You're going to be in for a big surprise there." And Harry goes, "And they will do." And then she leaves, and Hawk says, "That's his color." About her lipstick, which pronouns wrong, and like also like just uncomfortable joke maybe. I think Harry's joke is way worse of the two comments. Anyway. Cooper introduces himself to Dougie's bride as Harry says that the brothers have had to be separated twice during the reception. Dwayne continues sulking at a nearby table while Margaret eats cake, and Pete tries to change the subject as everyone else dances. Among those dancing, Coop and Audrey. No, stop that. Don't. Probably should
You're
do that, Coop.
Under investigation already.
Yeah. What will Roger think of this? Pete, very uncomfortable sitting at the table. Loving to see Jack dance, though. Deal with this. I think my biggest problem with Twin Peaks so far, having just talked about maybe some like political representation, but the biggest problem by far, I think, is that Pete should get about 8,000% more screen time.
Yeah.
I think he I think that there should be maybe a Twin Peaks spin-off called The Percolator or something, starring Jack Nance, and it's just all about Pete being Pete. I could watch
Drinking milk.
him all day long. It's great. Josie meets with Catherine to explain Eckhart's connection to Andrew's death, which Catherine has already figured out. She confronts Josie with all the backstabbing and betrayals she had committed while living in Twin Peaks, skeptical that she wants to protect her from Eckhart. Out of options, Josie throws herself at Catherine's mercy. She responds by having Josie work for her as a live-in maid, promising to personally deliver her to Eckhart if she steps out of line. After dismissing Josie, a very much alive Andrew Packard enters Catherine's office, satisfied that their plans to lure Eckhart to them are progressing smoothly.
How do you feel about the way he looks? Does he fit your Lynchian expectations for like a new character in the mix?
He enters like House. He's like hobbling in with his cane. I don't know. It seems kind of like this seems very soap opera-y, almost like a Knives Out character type thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what would not fit my expectations, or like who would seem out of place to hobble in as Andrew.
It's kind of the magic of the show. Who, like, it kind of would.
How could it be anybody?
Anybody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyone can.
He honestly seemed a little boring to me. I was expecting a little bit more, something more
pirate
eccentric. Yes,
a pirate. Like Al Pacino walks in.
Is that Al Pacino? Catherine is straight up addicted to ruses.
It's Dunk.
She's always got one cooking.
Yeah, she cannot stop rusing.
I actually kind of don't like it. Didn't like the reveal at the end, honestly, because of that.
Yeah.
When you got a voice like that, though.
Like Catherine?
Should. Like Catherine's.
Yeah,
I said it last
Born to
week,
ruse. Yeah.
Cary Grant.
I was born rusing, I'll die rusing. Yeah.
You can get lost in the ruse, though.
You can get lost in the ruse. This can happen sometimes.
And you end up living
I think
your life as like another race.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's overcorrecting now. I think she got a little scared by like, oh, that was really doing it for me, like pretending to be Japanese and kissing guys. That was really like working for me. That's not who I am. I'm ruse. I'm the ruse person. I need to go back to like evil schemes. Need to come up with something that's like some convoluted. Someone needs to be alive that we thought was dead. Let's come up with something. And I'm not gonna wear the costume. It's like the Tojimura hat, like calling like the Green Goblin mask to her every night.
I'm Piper Laurie, and you've been punked.
Okay. Superlatives. Wool of the episode. Not wool, really. But unfortunately, Dougie's wedding fit rules pretty hard.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but as soon as you said that,
it's got like a plaid checkered tux or something. It's kind of great.
And it like, oh my god, the pants on it I think were pretty.
Yeah, kind of awesome. Also, I mean, Ben's school bus tie with the silk robe.
Yeah,
is good. I'm missing the chunky wool though. I want to remind us all.
Okay, we'll take a look at James at the end. I feel like we got.
Oh yes, he's got the sweater
wool
on in the garage. He's got some good wool with the like the flannel underneath. That's true. Oh, James at the end. Oh, that's
I didn't post James at the end, but
okay, yeah. All right. So if it had to be, let's go. I'm gonna go back to basics. James gets wool of the episode for his chunky garage sweater. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna give it to Dwayne.
Okay. Nice. Ben, you have fit you want to shout out?
No, I'm saving mine until.
Yeah, these aren't
someone
rising
really
to like.
deserves it from me.
Yeah. But I just want to mention some. These are all kind of runners up. I will give it to James. Honestly, I that is a sweater I want. That's kind of like the test that I have is like, do I want that wool? And yes, I want that wool. I W that W. Star of the episode to me. We didn't talk about him, and it's not. Okay, if I'm being honest, like it's Richard Bamer again. I can't just give it to Richard Bamer every time he's on my screen though. Dwayne, I gotta say though, is kind of killing it. His punctuating chuckles when he like at the end of the sentence, he kind of trails up and gives it a.
We went walking in a park today, and as we were exiting the park, there was an older guy that was walking into it, and he kind of did one of those. When he saw Bong Bong, he kind of did a little dog.
Little dog. I just realized Dwayne looks just like our high school principal, Atticus.
I'll have to pull up
Little
another
mustache.
picture of him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, who wants to rate this episode first?
How did you so quickly pull up a picture of your high school principal, Atticus?
That's not what I was doing. I just had to think about the character.
Oh, okay.
I'm always a click away from.
He's just minimizing to show wallpaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben, why don't you rate this episode first?
Oh, sorry. It's a 3. You know.
Okay.
Nothing else other to say than you know. It's moving us along. I didn't get a ton out of it, but whatever.
I think I'm pretty much in the same boat as far as the notes go. I've been getting out too many 3s. I'm gonna give this one a 2. It's if I had the half star systems, it'd be a 2.5. But since that's the coward's way, this is a 2.
I'm gonna say 3 as well, Ben. It's an episode that showed up for work. You know, it didn't go above and beyond.
I don't think I had any
It's
fist
good.
pumping moments. I think I'm really having to reach for the heights here. I don't really mind the slumps, in episodes, but there's just not something that made me go like, oh hell yeah!
You didn't go hell yeah for let me go. Do you mind if I box first?
That really was the close. I was gonna say Monster Mash was as close as we got, and I think I like that. Maybe not for. I'm jury's still out. Like I don't really know why I like that so much. I don't know if like it's
Because it's a good song.
intended they would want me to like it so much. It's just a good song. Thanks for listening to the show, everyone. Check us out over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton for more of our content and to support the show. Next week, we're going to be watching season 2, episode 12. This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.